What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor video, and today, as you can see, we will be doing the newest patch rundown as always. I'm sorry that it took a couple days. This patch is just so long, and what can I say? It took a couple of days for me to process everything and to get the time to finally record this, but here we are. By the way, this patch already came out on the Indonesian server, as you guys know, but the patch will be coming out very soon on EU, NA, Latin America, etc. It should be in around 1 to 2 weeks, something around that. I was told, some rumors, I don't know, but usually they're right, so we'll see. So yeah, great stuff here, and we will just go through everything. Of course, I will skip Carano chess as always, guys. No, let's be real, no one cares. Anyway, right off the get-go, we get introduced with some battlefield changes. As you can clearly see here, they are changing the mid lane bush. They are moving it a little bit away from the mid lane. And what that will do is basically it will just make you easier to gank as a mid laner, because you won't see the enemy when he enters that bush. And yeah, I like that change, because I feel like mid lane is really brain dead. You just clear the wave and you don't really have a lot of dangers. You can't really get ganked unless it's a Zephys S1 ulting from very far away, where you can't really out of your vision range. But yeah, so this is pretty cool to see. We'll see how much it changes. We will have to, of course, playtest this. Yeah, what else are they changing? New effect, restore an additional... The mid lane health pack is getting buffed once again. Restore an additional 20% mana. This will help heroes like Zata, for example, a lot. He uses a ton of mana if you guys played him. And yeah, it will just help those very mana-hungry heroes like Rework once again. Not sure if he needs that, he's already really strong. But yeah, we'll see. It won't do too much, okay? They're trying to just compensate for the nerf of the Phoenix tier. Now, this is a big one. New support item introduction. This is really, really cool. They are removing all the old support items. Now, if you guys, I will always put this link, as always, in the comments and description below. Actually, just in the comments. But, so if you guys want to read through all of this in detail, you can do that. I will just summarize it for you guys. Basically, they are removing all the old support items and introducing new ones with some of the same actives, with some of the same passives, like that increased stats thingy, the tight colors thingy, and they're also giving us new actives, which are super cool, and I will get into this right now. First, there is only gonna be one starter support item, first tier, 300 gold, 5% move speed, very nice stats, and yeah, just basically gives you all those passives. Gives you all those passives that the old tier 1 support items gave you. It gives you that, we will get into this in a second, but it basically, if you are the lowest 2 of the team in XP or gold, you get gold and XP every second. Ally heroes nearby get 100%, so you're not stealing anything, as always, and grants bonus and 30% bonus XP and gold from assisting a kill, so that's really nice. And now the newly thing that was introduced was gain 1 stack of elemental power every 1 minute, maximum 10 stacks, and we will see what this does in a moment here. Now the second tier, the first one was just elemental gem. The second tier support items are called Earth Gem, Water Stone, or Fire Gem. Okay, not sure why it's not a Water Gem, but do not ask me. But yeah, basically what they do is, again, they give bonus stats. The Earth Gem, all of them give 5% move speed, 10% cooldown reduction. The Earth Gem gives you 400 health, the Water Stone 40 magic power, and the Fire Gem 30 physical attacks. So you can see where this is going. They are not just giving us new support items that are similar to the old ones. They want us to be able to play AD heroes as a support. You guys know, I love me some Batman level 2 support. There is no counterplay to that, by the way. New video of that coming soon again. And, or Sephira support is really good, and Net, and you can get that magic power now for them. That is really cool. And this is where this elemental crystal thing again comes into play. You collect these elemental... I think elemental crystal and whatever they called it here is probably the same. Game 1 stack of elemental power should be the same. And basically for the Earth Gem, it gives you HP per piece of them. For the Water Stone, it gives you AP, and for the Fire Gem, it gives you physical damage. So again, this is really cool for Riktor support, which is really popular right now in the Arena of Valor Premier League. We have Joker support, stuff like that coming in, right? So that's going to be really fun to see. And yeah, now what you can do as a third tier support item, so you can buy the first one, build it into any of these three, and then the third tier, the last tier, you basically only choose, and you can mix and match again with all the three previous ones, you only choose your active or passive ability, so the enchantment. So you can maybe buy the Barrier Enchantment, which is a newly introduced one. 60-second cooldown, and it gives you and all the heroes a shield for 2 seconds. That seems to be quite large here, but again, we have to test these numbers in-game. But this seems very powerful. This is really, really cool. Then we have a Magic Eye. Again, that is like the ring that we have, the support item, the ring that you bought against Invis heroes, stuff like that, right? That is gonna be still there, so that's good. Then we have Annihilation, which shoots 2 magic missiles that deal to the lowest HP heroes in range. And it deals 500 plus hero level times 50 true damage to each target, and slowing them in an AOV around them as well for a second, for 30% with a 30-second cooldown. So that's gonna be really cool to chase down people, to slow the enemies who are chasing your allies. I'm really excited for this Eradicate enchantment. Now, Cleansing, we have the same as the Purifying Bracers basically, and it also heals them additionally to removing the CC, so that's gonna be really huge. Then we have a Genesis, which is just gonna be, you gain an additional, it's 2 passives in one. You gain an additional 50 physical defense and self and nearby allies physical defense. Yeah, it's just basically defenses, okay? It's an AoE buff to resistances, which seems to be pretty huge as well. So just imagine a Timmy buying this, protecting his Capheny. She will be even tankier now and have a revive. So that's gonna be really, really cool to see. So yeah, that's pretty much it with those support items. I'm very excited for those. A lot of people on my Discord who already have the new patch are reporting that support is really fun now, because you can go crazy stuff like Riktor support and it works even better now. Now, on to the next item adjustments. Bereth's Agony is getting nerfed by quite a bit. Instead of that 2% of target HP plus 40 plus 5 times hero level, it is 2% of target HP to 60. So anywhere after level 4, it just keeps getting worse. So it just got a huge nerf for the mid and late game. And yeah, just a huge nerf for Bereth's, but it needed it. It was a very broken item. Not sure how this will pan out now. This might be a little bit too weak again, because this is a ridiculous nerf. But we shall see in the game as it turns out, in the gameplays and stuff. Of course, I will be testing that item. Now, again, Frost Guard as well, one of those AP and armor items, deemed a little bit too strong. A lot of players were stacking Bereth's and that for 500 armor and still just a bunch of cooldown reduction, a bunch of damage still. So all the mages were just getting too tanky here. So again, they're nerfing that as well. Basically, they're just taking away the 10% cooldown reduction, but giving it 20 magic power. I think the cooldown reduction is in most cases for a lot of heroes just better. So yeah, we'll see how this Frost Guard turns out now. Then Spear of Longinus, a lot of people are looking forward to this change. It is getting a 100 HP buff, which isn't too big, but it's decent. And then it's also getting a little bit of a rework. Instead of taking away 50 defense, physical defense per stack, and stacking up to 5 times, which equals 250, it is now each stack reduces by 60 points, and it stacks up to 4 times, which is of course only gonna be 240 here, if my quick maths is correct, and it should be. But it has more DPS because you reduce it faster, okay? You have 10 less armor pierce, but you reduce it much faster. So in 2 points, in 2 attacks, you already have 120 armor pierce, which is pretty big. So yeah, we might see more of that item come out, because it gives us cooldown reduction and stuff. But I think the big issue of the Spear of Longinus is just the amount of AD it gives. The Rank Breaker just gives you so much more and gives you that move speed. So it just seems like a better item for most heroes. We'll see if this is gonna tip it over the edge and make it a viable choice next to the Spear of next to the Rank Breaker. Now on to the next changes here. Rune adjustments, a lot of rune adjustments, okay? Now you can see this patch is insanely huge. I hope this won't be a 1 hour video. I'm trying my best, guys. Now they removed the Death Sickle. They gave us this instead. It basically just makes you heal. It replaces your restore button and it makes you heal and heal mana and HP instantly as opposed to over time, okay? So that's I'm not sure how this panned out so far. Not sure if people are using this. I think Arctic Orb is probably still better, but yeah. Now Forest Wanderer, let's go to the English stuff here. Forest Wanderer was changed as well. Basically, they took away the 30% damage reduction that the enemy deals when you hit them. What it instead does now, the first normal attack after exiting combat reduces enemies' movement speed by 30%, still the same, and marks them with a stealth energy charge. Okay, that's the new thing. The energy charge will detonate 3 seconds later, dealing magic damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. So this can be like a little execute of sorts, and it is very similar. It's going to be very similar to Curse of Death, but not AOV. So that's going to be definitely much more viable for aggressive builds on Eland'orr and stuff in the jungle. You guys know I'm a huge fan of this enchantment. It's going to be really good for Hayate as well. So that is going to be really a nice little thing to play around on the new patch. Now, Endless Cycle. The rune is getting nerfed finally. There won't be any more Endless Cycle of Virginity. It will be Endless Cycle of Garbage, okay? Because this rune is going to be removed after 12 minutes. So if you haven't used the charges after 12 minutes, they go away and you get 300 gold per charge you didn't use. So you can get 600 gold at 12 minutes if you take Endless Cycle of Virginity and you never use it. So maybe you can make a new strategy and call it Endless Cycle of Making Bank and get 600 gold by not dying. But I don't think it's worth compared to other enchantments, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I highly doubt it though. But yeah, that is good. I think it will still have some use cases, but it just won't be broken anymore. That's really, really good to see. Now, as I said, the Reaper's Blessing removed. Specific effect, yeah, that's what we said. Now, Creep Kill. Creep Kill is getting changed. It will always execute the minions as before, but now it will, per executed minion, it will give you a stack, okay? And as you guys know, it has a 30-second cooldown. So every 30 seconds, using a normal will instantly kill creeps, okay? And after killing 10 creeps in a row, gain 200 gold and the stack will be reset, okay? So it gives you a stack of creep kill, and if you kill 10 creeps with this creep kill enchantment, you will get 200 gold. Now, we will see how useful this will be. It might become useful on something like Raz, on mid laners that struggle to clear their wave, on side laners that struggle to clear their wave. We will see. But I can't really, it is very vague. I'm not sure exactly how it works. If you AoE creeps, you get 3 points? 3 stacks? Not sure. We'll have to test that. We'll see when it comes out. Now, Devil's Awakening, damage reduction removed. The 10% damage reduction, not a big deal. It's fine, okay? It is fine. It should be a very aggressive enchantment and not a defensive one, so I agree with this. They could have buffed the offensive part a little bit in exchange, but honestly, it has a lot of players are already using it, so it's perfectly fine to do this change. Desperate Duel, bonus percentage for ranged after reaching 10 stacks is now 15% as to 5%. This is a bonus percentage armor pierce, okay? So basically just it's getting buffed for ranged heroes. I don't think it will be good though on ranged heroes because it's really difficult to get those 10 stacks because of course melees only need 5 stacks. So we'll see though, maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it. We have to see though. What I think is going to be good on most ranged heroes is going to be Holy Summoner, the little fairy that follows you, the yellow one. It is going to be absolutely insane. instead of doing a set amount of like 0.4 of your AD and 100 armor pierce, it will do 2% of the target's maximum HP in true damage with each hit. Now that is very juicy to kill those tanks. And keep in mind, I first thought, okay, you will go full attack speed Eland'orr or something and just abuse this. But it is not your attack speed, okay? The fairy has a set amount of attack speed. It just attacks at its own pace, okay? You can't force it to attack faster. So it's not gonna be super broken. But I think it's gonna be good on heroes like Eland'orr, on heroes like Lavil, where it's already good, and on a hero like Valheim, okay? So yeah. Now Shadow Blade is getting buffed as well. The stack duration is going from 2 to 4 seconds, which is huge, twice basically. And Shadow Blade damage per stack, they're adding a 0.1 extra AD ratio. Now that is a huge bonus damage because now it scales to the late game properly, not just with levels. So heroes like, so many heroes can abuse this enchantment. Every Superman push counts, gets you that stack. Every align auto attack, you guys know he gap closes with every auto attack, gives you that stack. So this is a huge buff to these heroes. Airi, Yena, a lot of these heroes with huge amounts of mobility. I would use this on Ryoma for sure now. Yeah, this will be very cool to see. Veera, every S1 auto attack is a stack of this, so it's just insane damage. And yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Now backstabbing, 20 seconds to 10 seconds, this is insane. I'm really glad about this because this enchantment, no one ever used this, and it's actually really cool. It does damage whenever you are in a bush, you get a charge, and then when you come out of the bush, you auto attack the enemy. It does true damage according to their maximum HP as a percentage. Not sure how much it is, but it's a decent amount. And yeah, it's just a really good combo with the Forest Wanderer, and now it's getting buffed from 20 to 10 seconds, and 20 seconds was just always too long, but 10 seconds, that's really juicy, guys. Raging Infernal is the little fire enchantment on the red side. Remove the 0.35 extra AD bonus. They want you to only use this on mages, basically, and not on assassins, on AD heroes, right? And it's not against super creep and artillery. So this is just, we will have to see how this creep killer room turns out. I'm not sure, I can't really say too much about it. Lane prompt, it will tell you to go to Slayer lane if you're a Slayer lane hero. So in lower elo you won't see people just going bot lane every time as a marksman. Yeah, not much to say about that. Store purchase optimization, that is really big, because what they're doing is when you press on your in AOV, when you want to, for example, you have Blade of Eternity and you die and you want to sell it while you're respawning in that 3 seconds, and buy the Death Sickle, right? So when you respawn during the team fight, you suddenly have a Death Sickle and the enemies get taken aback, right? That is the whole point, and everyone in pro play does that. What you could also do is sell the Death Sickle while you're dying, okay? While you're in that 1 second dying, undiable time, right? You sell it, okay? You open the shop, you sell it, and you buy Hercules. Of course, that is really difficult, and not a lot of players can do it. In Honor of Kings, it's actually very easy, because in Honor of Kings, the way it works is you open the shop, you press on the Death Sickle, and then you close the shop, okay? And now in AOV, if you open the shop again during that team fight when your Death Sickle is being used, your Death Sickle is not chosen, okay? You have to press it again, then press sell, and then close the shop, and then press the Hercules from the quick buy menu, right? But in Honor of Kings, it stays selected. So you open the shop, the Death Sickle is already selected, so you just open, click sell, close. These two buttons are very close to each other, so it's really easy, and then you buy the Hercules. So this is finally something they're doing, so we will see a lot of these really cool plays here in pro play, probably, where you just sell 1 billion items during a team fight, and you just get all the revival items if you have enough gold in the very late game team fight. So that's really cool. Special effect, they changed health packs and stuff. It looks cooler, you will see. The health packs look pretty cute. Now this, I really don't care. I'm sorry guys. Behavior score. I think this is already like 30 minutes long. I can't really go over all these things. We will only go about, over the balance changes. But there is some improvement with reporting, okay? Pre-selected role, we don't even have that on EU. Emoji system, now that's cute, okay? We can briefly talk about that. There's an emoji system. You can press an emoji and it will pop up over your head in-game, okay? So you can BM. Now let's say you completely outplay somebody and you hit him with this, man. You hit him with this. He's tilted, he will go AFK. Let's say you can simp, guys. So one of your teammates does something good, you simp them with this. Good job, okay? You can be an absolute idiot and just, where am I? What is going on? And do this. Or you can be grumpy every time, you know, like that annoying player who just keeps moaning. Instead of using chat now, you can just keep spamming this beautiful violet face. At least this won't tilt me as much as you complaining about me playing Gilder Jungle, okay? While carrying you. Anyway, so that is really cool. Yeah, there is a couple ones with question marks and stuff. Yeah, like this one. It's kind of toxic, guys. It's gonna be a little bit toxic. Blacklist system, okay? That's gonna be really cool because when you get that troll in your team, you can blacklist them and then you will not get him anymore in your team, okay? Perfect, easy, beautiful system, okay? Absolutely beautiful system. And yeah, specific rules. Yeah, you can do it to up to 4 players, okay? You can't ban the whole server, okay? You can't block the whole server from playing with you. And yeah, AOV world system, they're adding weeb stuff, guys. Listen, we are all weebs. They're adding Kirito, now they're adding manga in the game, okay? Cool though, very cool. Yeah, Carano chess. I am very glad to skip you, my beautiful Carano chess. Bye-bye. Look at all these changes, guys. Imagine reading those. Wow, arrow base damage, 200. Wow, okay. Nice. Bye-bye. Hero balance changes. There we go. There we go. Hero balance changes, finally. For the 5v5 map. We encourage something with speed mechanism adjustment. I missed that when I first looked at it, so let's read through it. We encourage effective interaction between heroes, but excessive mobility differences will clearly interrupt this effective interaction. Hence, we applied below adjustment. When movement speed is less than 240, actual speed gained will be 120 plus info page speed times 0.5. When movement speed... Okay, basically when you're super fast, you're gonna be slower. When you're super slow, you're gonna be faster. That's it, okay? I think that's what I'm seeing here. I mean, listen, man. Some heroes are faster than Sonic nowadays. Guys, Sonic, that movie was garbage, you know? You can't make heroes that are faster than Sonic. He's already crying in his corner. He will be even more devastated. So, good change, okay? Very good change. And yeah, nothing else to say. Veera, the Soul Harvester, buffed. Huge buff, in fact. Very looking forward to it. Rework, I would say. The passive is getting changed. The passive from her magic resistance passive is getting moved to the second ability. New passive, okay? After Veera escapes combat, movement speed increases by 20%. Huge, okay? And cannot be used with the acceleration combat exit of Hermes Select. So you can't mix it with the boots, so you will just go normal boots, okay? You will most likely go Gilded Greaves, okay? Because you tend to get poked, she doesn't have too much range. So it's good to have some magic resistance. And yeah, beautiful, she will be able to roam super well. And now you might be thinking, sure, cool. Her wave clear is garbage. How is she gonna roam? Well, listen up, young man, okay? This is exactly how she's gonna roam. Hellbat, nothing getting changed. The optimized animation though, so it's gonna look a little bit cooler or something. Her first ability, her AOV wave clear. But what is getting a huge change is her second ability. Her second ability is gonna have the cooldown reduced. You don't max it first, right? So at level 1 it will have 2 seconds less, 10 instead of 12, but at max level still 7, okay? So good early game buff, very needed. Projectile flight speed is getting increased by 25%, so it's gonna move faster. Not as fast as Sonic though, don't you worry. New effect, deals magic damage reduction, okay? So 100 at first, 200 at the last rank, which is huge. 200 magic defense reduction, 200 magic pierce, point click onto the enemy, boom, easy, okay? Really nice. So you're gonna start off with that ability. Deals double the damage when hitting non-hero unit. So this is your wave clear, okay? You use this onto the little, onto whatever, because read the next effect, okay? If non-heroes are killed by Mesmerize, which is the skill 2, or die while stunned by it, Hellbent cooldown is immediately refreshed. So what you do is you shoot a minion with your second ability, you S1, it kills the minion, and you can S1 again to kill the other minions of the wave. So you will have very nice wave clear. You might have mana problems now because you're using your S1 twice. However, they juiced that blue health pack, okay? More mana regen. So this is really all coming along very well for Veera. So we will finally be able to play this super cute waifu in the mid lane. Now, Infernal bets as well getting changed. We are not done yet. Cooldown early game getting just all around getting a huge increase cooldown, okay? But it also now has a new effect. It inflicts a slow by 10% for 1.5 seconds, okay? And I feel like this slow stacks because you shoot a lot of bats, so it might be a pretty good slow, but we have to see how this turns out. If all 5 spirits attack a single hero, okay? Hellbent cooldown is immediately refreshed. Okay, so you can S1 twice on heroes as well if they're the only one around. Now, however, spirits will prioritize targets stunned by Mesmerize. So if you open with a Mesmerize, even if enemies' heroes are around that hero that you're attacking, all the 5 bats will go to them and you can use your S1 twice. And it is going to be beautiful. It's going to do a ton of damage. Going to have a lot of lifesteal with the Reyas and beautiful rework. Going to be a lot of fun. Astrid getting a quick little buff. Astrid's shield will no longer proc on jungle minions or lane minions, only from enemy hero damage, which is really good because in the jungle she doesn't have any trouble dying to jungle minions or something. She doesn't have, it's not like she struggles with her health clearing the jungle, so she doesn't need the shield to proc in the jungle. She wants it to not go on cooldown so she can gank with it, okay? So that's a good little change, quality of life change for her. Malok getting nerfed finally, really strong for a couple months now, which is okay. He's a cool hero, you know, it's not like he's stupidly broken where you can't outplay him or something. He's just a simple, strong hero, but it's getting toned down a little bit to make more room for other heroes. Cleave damage getting nerfed, 50 at level 1, 100 at max level, so that's really good. And a delay of, they're making his ult harder to hit while fixing some bugs, okay? It will take 0.1 seconds longer to land, but they're fixing some bugs where I'm sure you've seen Malok ult, it appears under you and suddenly it's like completely in a different corner because he got stuck at a wall or something, and they're basically removing those bugs, so that's good. Ishar getting buffed again. I keep saying how this hero is pretty strong, guys, but no one believes me, and now she is finally getting buffed once again. I don't know, I feel like she's already really strong. I feel like the developers are just putting in these buffs just to make us play her. I'm not sure, but this is definitely gonna make us play her because this is a huge buff. So first of all, her little furball is getting buffed again in AP ratio for his physical and magical defense, okay? So that's huge, it's gonna be tankier late game. Very good. Late game, it's too squishy. Base damage on her first ability is getting a huge buff, while also removing the first furball's charge damage. But I think it's a huge buff in general because they're not only raising the base damage by 100 level 1 and 150 at max level, but they're also raising the AP ratio. And I'm not sure how this furball's charge damage interacts, I'm really not sure, but I think this is just gonna be a buff all around the board. So yeah. Now, Zata getting buffed already as well. I've been playing him now and video is coming soon, guys, and honestly, I mean, you can buff him a little bit, but if you play him really well, after this buff, it seems like he will be OP, okay? But we'll see about it. Now, first ability, first of all, his move speed is getting buffed. That's really nice to help him roam before level 4 by 10, 350 to 360. Now, the skill 1 is getting buffed as well. Base damage is pretty big increase, 50 at level 1 to 100 at max level, and keep in mind, this is a double hit, okay? So it is a 100 damage increase at level 1. It's gonna help him with his level 1 wave clear as well, and it's just a lot of damage increase because it damages while passing through and exploding. So this is gonna add a lot of damage to him, also buffing the AP ratio by a little bit too. Now the ultimate is getting a pretty big buff here. Base damage is getting not touched, but the AP ratio is getting buffed by a little bit again. The 2% enemy's max HP is still staying just as it is, and now it gains vision of surrounding area, so you can scout bushes and stuff with it. That's gonna be huge. And also each feather after flying causes AOV damage within a radius. So in team fights, this hero is just gonna be much better now. And he's already, like, he struggles in team fights, but it's the same in Honor of Kings, and it's the way he's balanced, right? Because if he's so strong at level 4, and you can easily gank those sidelines. That sideline marksman is such an easy kill for Zata. And these skirmishes are so good for him. These 2v2s, 1v1 in lane, he has constant kill pressure. And now he's gonna deal AoE damage with his ultimate. That's gonna be insane, I think. So we'll see. I mean, I hope he's not gonna be permabanned, but we'll see about it, okay? We can just hope that Eland'orr and stuff are still too broken. Now, Thane is getting changed as well. What they're basically doing is they're removing some of his tankiness, HP, everything getting lowered, but his damage growth, so his attack damage per level that he gets, is getting increased. And his second ability, base damage and AD ratio, are getting... the base damage is the same, but the AD ratio is increasing by a lot. And yeah, the ultimate is getting a bug fix. I think it's going to be around same damage in the end. Maybe it's going to be more. We'll see about that. But I don't know. I think it's a support. I don't think you can go side lane with him. I will definitely try it. But the 1.0 AD ratio on the second ability still doesn't seem too insane or something. But we'll see. You will definitely see some Fenrir thing incoming though on this channel. Chognar. HP growth getting nerfed. Not too big of a nerf, it's fine. Gonna be a little bit less tanky in the late game. Now Alice is getting a pretty big change here, because she is, as you guys know, she's really strong. She is banned very often in the Arena of Valor Premier League. She's banned very often in my ranked games. She is just so obnoxious with that ultimate. If you're playing Zata against her, you might as well go AFK. If she's good, she will always stop you from using your ultimate, and yeah. So, her first ability, stun duration, is getting nerfed from 1.3 to 1 second. This is a pretty big nerf. Then her skill 2, friendship. The shield is getting increased by quite a big amount, 75 at max level. Not too insane though, but it's gonna be nice. A little bit of a rebalance to more of a shielding role here. And now the ultimate is getting huge changes. The base damage is getting increased by a lot. The AP ratio is getting increased by a lot. So you already know AP Alice is incoming again in the mid lane. Slow duration is going from 2 seconds to 0.5 seconds. That is insane, okay? That's gonna be much less annoying. And now that's the good thing, okay? Only inflict silence to enemies who enter the circle, who are, I think what it means is, who are hit by the AoE at the start. So right now how the Alice ult is, when you walk into it after it's already placed, you still get silenced, and it is so annoying for, as I said, Zata, Tool and stuff like that. But now you will only get silenced if you get hit by the AoE, which is really, really nice. Okay, that's a really nice change. I think she's still gonna be strong, but definitely a pretty big nerf here for the little loli. Wisp, fix the bug where slow effect from ultimate would not take effect. Yeah, okay, they fixed the bug as well with Alice. Wisp is getting a little rebalance. It says nerf, but it's a buff, honestly. The base damage at maximum rank is getting nerfed by 25, but the base damage at first, second point are getting buffed. And this skill already does a quite decent amount at level 1, and now it's getting buffed by 15, which is gonna add up to a lot when you do 4 auto attacks, which you can easily, comfortably do as a Wisp in an exchange. that is a 60 damage increase, so that's pretty decent. And I think Wisp doesn't really struggle with her late game damage. What she struggles with late game is just being absolutely squishy and not having much to escape. But her laning is going to be stronger now, so we'll see about that. We'll see how this turns out. And not too big of a change, not going to do too much, I think. She's still not going to be the best marksman by a long shot. Now, Pain getting adjusted here, okay? And this is a pretty good adjustment. Now, you know how Pain just one-shots you, right? He completely one-shots you late game. S1 auto attack, S2 auto attack, boom, you're done. And he ults out. This is of course not fun to play against. This is really fun to play, by the way, you should try it. But it's not fun to play against. Now, they are buffing his base HP and his HP growth by quite a bit, so he will be tankier late game. And they are changing his passive, okay? They are the enhanced attack is gonna deal less damage, so the initial boom, right? But then those soul cuts, the ranged AOV magic auto attacks that he has, are gonna deal more damage, okay? So that's just gonna make him deal more DPS, less burst, which is healthier to play against. Still gonna be broken. Still gonna be broken in my opinion. And they're also nerfing the move speed on his S1, which is still too high. In Honor of Kings, it's like half. It's like half of this. Not really, but like 70%. It's ridiculous, okay? It is way too strong still. So, but we will see. It's definitely a step in the right direction here. Now, finally Eland'orr is getting nerfed. This hero is way too broken. And yeah, he is getting nerfed. His passive is gonna deal a lot less damage. They're nerfing a little bit of the ratio. And they're also nerfing the base damage by quite a decent amount. 10 at level 1 to 30 less at max level. So that's gonna be a very nice change. Considering Eland'orr's damage is a lot of his percentage of damage is from his passive. This is a pretty good step in the right direction, and we'll see how it turns out. Now Raz is getting nerfed as well, I think very deservedly so. One of the strongest mages for many months now. He should make his way a little bit out and let someone else be the strongest mage. Well, D-Rock still takes that cake and he doesn't seem to want to let go of it because he's getting buffed in this patch, which is ridiculous, but it's fine. We'll see later. Skill 2, Power Surge. Base damage is getting nerfed by 50 at max level, but the AP ratio is getting nerfed by 0.1, which is a decent change. Definitely a pretty big nerf. And then in conjunction with the second nerf on his second ability as well, which is gonna be lowering the magic resistance at max level from 300 reduction to 250 magic resistance reduction. Again, all these changes are gonna make Raz a little bit of a more healthier pick. I think already now he's not, I don't feel like he's super cheated OP. So I think this is gonna make him still very strong, but on a balanced, right on the edge of balance. And like now he's a little bit past the edge of balance and he's a little bit OP, but he's gonna be, yeah, right below that edge of balance, I would say. Now, Timmy getting buffed. Not sure why. I think Capheny and Timmy is one of the strongest combos in the entire game, if executed well. Especially for solo ranked, if you have a buddy, go Capheny Timmy, go Lavil Timmy, it is GG, trust me. Now, gold bonus. His passive gives his teammates gold bonus whenever they farm and stuff and he's around them. It's getting increased from 20% to 25%, which is very good for Timmy. And his damage is getting increased on his first ability, but only the AP ratio. And the mana cost is gonna be lowered at later ranks. So the AP ratio is getting increased, so you already know AP Timmy Part 2 coming on this channel very soon. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and yeah, it's gonna work very, very well. Now, Quillen, Purifying Blade, nerfed. Skill 2 decimates slow from 50 to 30%. No idea why. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Quillen is problematic, but he is that low rank pop stomp, you know, and for competitive this 30% slow or 50% slow won't really make a huge difference, but I think for like platinum ranks and stuff, cooldown is really annoying because he goes invis and stuff, and when he just can solo you because he slows you down for so much and can just chase you, it might seem very problematic for lower ranked players. So I guess this is a good change for them. Won't really change too much in higher ranks and competitive. Laviel Celestial Light nerfed, okay? Finally Laviel, the god of marksman, is getting nerfed as well. His first ability, base damage, is getting nerfed by a very decent amount. His second ability, Mighty Shield, is the movement speed is ridiculous right now. It's 80%. Yeah. When I saw that number, I was like, oh, that's why he just makes his twirl like a ballerina and chases me down across everything. I don't know what to say, man. To 60%, okay? Still a ridiculous amount, but considering it doesn't last too long, it's a good change. And the cooldown is getting nerfed. Again, this is a hero where you don't max this ability, so the first rank is going to be very important, and it's getting nerfed from 10 to 12 seconds, which is a very large downtime for that ability, so that's good. Ultimate Double Trouble fixed the bug for bullet hit flu. Okay, they fixed the bug with the ultimate where it sometimes stunned abnormally. I think maybe too little or maybe too long. I'm not sure. I feel like sometimes it's stunned too little, but I'm not sure. We'll see about that. But yeah, nice little Laviel nerf, still very strong. It's not enough yet, but it's good to... They're making their way in the right direction. Brunhilde, Strawberry Menace, is getting buffed, okay? Strawberry Menace, no idea what that is supposed to mean, but Brunhilde is getting buffed. Her second ability, Sentry, is gonna cost 20 less mana, so you can spam that. You can spam those little bombs, and that's so much fun as Brunhilde, in my opinion. I just like to mine up all the bushes with that. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun. It's a nice little buff. Enemies outside of brush will not be able to see the sentry when it is placed in brush. I didn't even know that was like that you could just see it. Maybe it was just sometimes. I didn't notice, I don't know. But that's getting changed. Now, the ultimate Entrench, that's the huge buff. A whopping base damage increase by 100 at level 1. And this is where she needs it the most. Late game, it's still 700, but late game, she is pretty decent. She does a ton of damage. And they're also buffing the physical and magic defense increase by 60 at level 1 and 360 at the end, still the same. Again, just a huge level 4 buff for this Brunhilde. It's gonna be very scary to play against, I think. That seems like this 450, man. This seems like a lot of damage. If she gets some crit chance Arcana, gets the Clavis Sancti and crits you with that, that is gonna be insane. Now, Sephara getting a little bit of a change. You might have noticed that AP Missile support item with the true damage is gonna be amazing for Sephara to set up her stun, to set up her more slows from her from her first ability. So that's gonna be super good for her. So what they're doing is they're changing her a little bit. They're basically nerfing her passive damage, the AP ratio, but buffing the base damage. They clearly want her to be played as a support here. That's why they're buffing that base damage, nerfing the ratio. And they are, the first ability is gonna have same cooldown at all levels at 5 seconds instead of going from 6 to 5 seconds. Or 6 to 5.2 seconds probably. 0.5, yeah, I think 6 to 5.2, so that they're just buffing that. However, they're nerfing the slow. It's going to be 30% at all levels instead of scaling up to 50%. That's a pretty big nerf, but as I said, guys, I think Sephara is going to be great as a support due to that new support item with the missiles, with the AP. I mean, sometimes you won't be able to go missiles, you will have to go CC removal, stuff like that. Now, Zip, the speed demon, nerfed, finally as well. Skill 2 damage reduction getting reduced from 30 to 20%. Nice. Ultimate Zip roll slow is going from 50 to 30%. Meh. Not really enough. I think this hero is just fundamentally broken. He sucks up the minions, he sucks up the buffs. He is ridiculous, okay? I would just make him only able to suck up heroes. That's gonna make him a lot less problematic already. If he can only suck up his allied heroes. But even that is already very annoying, but, you know, it's a lot better him just sucking up that minion wave and scuffing the mid lanes, rotations and stuff like that is just way too annoying. Capheny needs a huge nerf, is getting a 10% movement speed nerf. Clown, okay, that's a thick clown emoji right there. But what can I say, man? What can I say? At least we'll be able to catch her easier now. Fix the bug for free shot, who doesn't need no damage, blah blah blah. Okay, fix the bug for Yarn. Fix the bug for the pretty girl Butterfly, who cares? Now, Rui, Manipulator of Space, buffed. Her Holy Light, if you didn't notice, I think Rui is very broken, but only due to all the interactions, like Tulin can jump onto her S2 and not go back to base, but still get full HP. It's a little bit ridiculous. And she is getting that, she isn't getting that change, so that's a huge issue. But she's getting buffed in her first ability, because her first ability literally deals 0 damage. It is absolutely laughable. And they're buffing it by a pretty decent amount here. I can see at max level, at the first usage, more AP ratio. Again, with the new AP support item, might be handy. If she goes that, I think she will just go tank, because, I don't know. Don't really think she scales off of AP too much, but we'll see. 75 bonus damage at max level. And then the second phase damage is getting a pretty decent buff, 100 at max level as well. And the AP ratio is getting buffed by 0.04, which is just not a lot. But yeah, we'll see. The cooldown is getting buffed as well. 1 second decrease to 1.5 second decrease at max level. So Rui just getting better all across the board. I'm not sure if those bugs are going to be fixed with her jump, with her teleport. These make her really strong. And yeah, now Zanis the Dragoon is getting buffed as well, okay? My boy is getting buffed. I think he's already pretty good, but he's getting buffed. Movement speed increased duration from 1.5 to 2 seconds on his first ability. Now that is very juicy, guys, because it's gonna make his jungle clear faster as well, because you're gonna run fast for longer, you're gonna be able to rotate between these jungle camps faster, all of that good stuff. Then his slow duration is getting buffed as well on that ability. Now keep in mind, he's running faster, slowing more with that ability. That's gonna make him, he's an auto attack based hero. So slowing down the enemies more and running faster for longer is just gonna make him maybe get 1 or 2 more auto attacks, which is a lot of damage for him when chasing someone down. So that's gonna be really cool. And yeah, Kilgroth getting a very similar change as well. Skill 1, the slow duration is going from 1.5 to 2.5 seconds. Again, very not marksman, but like attack, auto attack focused hero. He's just gonna be able to hit you down a couple more times because he's slowing you and for longer, and that's just gonna make these heroes feel a lot stronger. So these are good changes. Enso nerf, I mean, I think he's on the upper edge of balance, but yeah, base movement speed getting nerfed from 380 to 370. Not really too big of a deal, because he has his S2 where he just moves quicker than anyone anyway, and then he has the passive, so that's not gonna change too much here. Veera Supreme Mage buffed. I don't know what this is. Knockback delay is so weird. Knockback delay 0.8 to 0.6 seconds on his first ability. Knockback delay 0.8, 0.6 seconds. Oh, so I guess it's just gonna knock back faster, which is okay. Maybe it's gonna make him deal less damage because he knocks them out of the S1. I don't really know. We'll see about this. This is a very vague change, knockback delay. We'll see how this turns out. I don't think it will do too much. But yeah, we'll see. They're saying it's a buff, so we'll see. Now, Kira Nightingale buffed. Able to reset normal attack immediately. Not sure what this is. Some quality of life change. And now Skud is getting a pretty big change here. He has some nice little hair on his back now, and he just looks really cool. Okay, they're changing how he looks in game as well. Looks much cooler. And yeah, skill 2, Power Glove is getting changed as well. Players are now able to see skill indicator below HP bar when charging. So you will see your stacks increase under your thing. You won't have to look at your health buff bar anymore. Slow duration is getting nerfed from 3 to 2 seconds. Not gonna do too much, in my opinion. Now, ultimate inflicts slow new addition to the ultimate. It inflicts a slow now when the enemies land after the knockback by 50% for 2 seconds, which is just a straight up buff. They took away a little bit of the slow from S2, but that's AOE slow now. Huge AOE with his ultimate. That's pretty big. 50% for 2 seconds. That is a decent slow. And yeah, nice little, we will see a lot of Skud after the thing, just because he looks so cool. And he was never really that weak. People just forgot about him. Now, yeah, that is pretty much it finally. I hope this is not 2 hours. I feel like it is. I didn't check the time, so I really don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It is just a huge patch, so I can't really say much. It's basically 2 patches in one because they delayed it for other regions. What can I say? Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a little summary here of everything. And yeah, if you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe for future patch rundowns as well. I always do them for AOV. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on certain changes that maybe I misunderstood or something in the comments below. And let me know what you're most looking forward to, what you want me to play in this new patch the most. As I said, EU should be getting it in 1 or 2 weeks. We'll see. I hope 2 weeks should be like that though. So yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this. I am losing my voice. I'm losing my mind. And yeah, with that being said, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.